Hey everyone, welcome back. It's Tom. Today I'm going to be going through the challenge solution walkthrough for Tanuki 002 on BugForge. This is an easy rated web lab. Um, I say web lab because that's the hint for today is just web, um, which I think is good. It's not quite as on the nose as some of the other hints on the site. So it really kind of forces you to go through and look at the uh, application. This was a lot of fun. I think it's a really good introductory lab for the vulnerability that we're going to talk about today. Um, so I've already registered an account and I've gotten logged in. Uh, and when you log in, you can see that this is kind of a flashcard app, right? So you've got these three decks here. You can study any of them. Let's see. Yep, those are the only ones here right now. You've got your statistics, shows how many cards you've studied, um, how many were easy, hard, so on. Um, the interesting, the interesting functionality here is this import deck. And what this does is it allows you to upload your own study decks, and it accepts files in either JSON or XML format. So as soon as you see that, your spider sense should probably start tinkling just a little bit. Um, so what's interesting here is that they don't provide uh, an XML sample. They only provide a JSON sample. So we'll work with that and we'll just go from there. As soon as I hear XML anything, I start thinking like an XXE, an XML external entity attack. And that's what we're going to try here and see if this works. Obviously, you can't do it with JSON, but we can try to convert this sample deck from JSON to XML. So I just downloaded the sample deck. I'm going to go ahead and just select that. And I'm going to upload it just to see what it does. Okay, so it says we've successfully uploaded our deck. Here's our sample deck right here with 5 cards. So if we go over to our proxy and we look at this request right here, as post request to API decks import, and we look. So this is just a multi-part form upload, and it's uploading the content of the JSON file right here. So it looks like there's a name, description, category, and then the cards. So what we can do is we'll send that over to replay and we'll see if we can convert this to XML and maybe work from there. So I'll just go to convert and scroll down JSON to XML. Okay, so let's name this deck 2, and we've got to change a couple other things. Obviously, we're not uploading a JSON document this time. We're uploading an XML document. So I'm going to change the file name extension to XML. And I'm also going to change the content type to text.xml or /XML, excuse me. And I'll send that and just see what it does. Okay, so we don't get an error. We get deck imported successfully, but we get this message, no cards. Okay, that's weird. It might just not be in the right format, but let's look. So, okay, so we don't get anything really. It just is an untitled deck. So we don't have our category, we don't have a title, and we don't have a description here. So something is not right in our XML syntax here. Okay, so This took a little bit of, I won't say guesswork, but just kind of thinking about this in terms of what we're uploading, and thinking about what the root element of the XML document might need to be. So it needs to be a deck. So I'll add those opening and closing tags for deck in here. Change this to 3 just so we can, helps if I type the number that I say. Resend that. So we still get no cards, but if we come back over here and refresh, now we're actually getting our category title and description. So that's what we needed. We needed the deck root element here. So, okay, for an XXE, what we want to do is we'll just come over here and we'll go to payloads, all the things, XXE, and we'll just go down and look at classic XXE. Okay, and the one I'm going to look at is this one right here. So basically what this is doing is it's declaring a new document type declaration, which is this part right here. And then it's defining an entity, which in this case is an external entity. It's looking for a file on the local file system. So you've got that. And then within the root element here, you see this and test semicolon. Basically what that's doing is it's telling the XML parser, anytime you see this right here, replace it with the content of the entity that we've defined. Right? So the entity test is being replaced, or this string test represents the entity test. And anytime the parser sees this, it will replace it with the contents of that entity. So, which in this case is the XXE password file on the local file system. So I'm going to copy this whole thing out. I don't need that second part. I'm going to replace, I'm going to put the reference to our entity somewhere in the structure that I already have here. So I want to go right after this first part right here and before the deck, and I'm going to paste that in. I'm going to rename root to deck just for consistency and clarity of what we're doing. I'm going to rename test to XXE. And I don't want the XXE passwd file. I want flag.txt. Now, keep in mind, I don't know exactly where flag.txt is. Right now, I'm looking for flag.txt in the root of the file system. So /flag.txt. And I'm going to replace our description here with the reference to our entity. So and XXE semicolon. And I'll send that and come back over here, refresh the page. Okay, so I'm not getting any contents back. I'm just getting XXE. So this indicates to me that I'm probably looking in the wrong place for flag.txt, right? So it's trying to replace this reference here with the contents of flag.txt, but it's not finding anything to replace it with. So you can play around with this a little bit. One thing to consider is that the flag.txt may be in the same directory from which the app is running. So all I'm going to do is just remove that leading slash. So right now this would basically be like saying cat file flag.txt if you were in a terminal. If flag.txt was located in your current working directory. So that's what I'm doing. I'm looking for flag.txt in the same directory that the application's running from. So I'll change this to deck.4, send it, come back over here and refresh, and that worked. So now we've got the flag. So just to reiterate, this happens because the XML parser on the server is misconfigured such that it allows us to define our own document type definition, which again is this part right here, and declare an external entity, which is this part right here, and then reference it. And the parser is just replacing our reference here with the contents of whatever we set when we define this XXE entity. So this was a really fun lab. I really enjoyed it. I hope you did as well. Thanks for watching, and see you next time.